Hello and welcome back to Advanced Animation Application. Today we're going to be looking at animation montages in Unreal Engine and why we use them, how we use them, when we use them, what we use them. So let's begin. We're going to go to the animation folder that I have set up. We're going to go to, let's go to like, I don't know, combat. We'll get like a dodge roll or something. I know you can't see that. Here we go. So the way that we create an anim montage is we need an animation asset, which is an animation that has a green line underneath it. I don't know if you can really see that too well. You can see that it has a green line underneath it. This is an animation sequence. What we're going to do is we are going to right click on this and we are going to create anim montage. Let's call this tutorial roll montage. Call it whatever you want. I don't care. Okay, and so now if we click on roll tutorial montage, you can see that it is an animation. It's just, you know, a looping action, whatever. We have our blend options over here. So blend time, blend in, blend out, the type of blend that it is. And then over here, we can actually specify what montage slot it gets played in. Now we're gonna look at this a little bit later. So now that we have a montage set up, how do we use it? Well, I'm glad that you asked. If we just go into my player character and we go keyboard R, maybe, what we can do is we can get our mesh. We can go play montage. And we can literally just play a montage from absolutely anywhere. You could even play a montage on something from, you know, another actor if you wanted to, if you had a reference to it, obviously. Montage to play, tutorial, roll montage. And now if I was to press the R button, we play that montage. And you can see it does it. It's got root motion in the animation, and that's being used as well. Now you can see that if I keep pressing R, it's gonna keep playing it over and over again. It's a bit whack. This is where the play montage node actually comes in really handy. So you will notice if you type in anim montage, there is another anim montage node. This one sucks. This one just straight up sucks ass. I wouldn't use it. It's just, why? It has less options than this nice one. So when you are looking for play montage, don't use this one, use this one. This one is much superior. The reason being that it has these extra execution nodes. So this one here is immediately as the animation starts playing. So let's just make a variable called is busy or something. And so when we do this, is busy gets set to true. And then when the animation blends out, is busy is set to false. And then what we can do is have a branch and only play this montage if we're not busy, right? So we're using these execution out pins to basically say, okay, well, we can't just play that animation over and over again. So if I just keep spamming R, you can see that it's waiting till the animation's finished until it lets us do it again. And now we're in water. So obviously this bit of logic that we've set up is extremely primitive. But this is sort of the basis of any kind of, you know, action system where you've got exclusive actions that you don't want to be playing over the top of each other and interrupting each other and blah, blah, blah. So why do we use montages, particularly this play montage node? So the thing about montages is they are a one-off animation that has, you know, a start and it does its thing in the middle and then it finishes. And then we go back to, you know, regular whatever was going on before. In comparison to a state where, you know, often it's a looping animation, so like a running animation is a state, you should use montages for all of your actions. So another thing to note about montages, particularly this play montage node, is you can call this in Blueprint. You don't have to go to your anim graph and, you know, somehow funnel everything through play montage in the anim graph or use a state or something. You can just call this node straight in Blueprint. Now, another key thing about Anim Montages is what slot they get played in. So this one here, you can see that it's default group.default slot. And if I go to my Anim BP, right here, default slot. So you can see that there is some logic before this slot and some logic after this slot. Now, because I have this placed in this particular spot, all of this stuff before it, so all of this, you know, foot locking IK and all of these like additive leaning poses and, you know, crouching and torso states and that kind of stuff will get overridden by the montage that's playing. So if I hit play and I do a punch or something, none of that other stuff is getting run. Anything before that isn't getting run. Well, I mean, technically it is getting run, but it's just getting overridden by the Anim montage. However, anything after this slot does get run. So, you know, I have some torso rotation stuff and more torso rotation, blending, and foot IK. And so basically for me, that means, you know, when I'm attacking, the torso of the character can still rotate in the animation. So if I click here and then move there, you can see that my character's torso rotates. Same thing, you know, if I attack here, he attacks towards the ground. If I was to aim up here, you can see that he's attacking up, you know, towards where the cursor is. So that's one way that the positioning of the montage slot in the Anim graph is important, because, you know, anything before it will just it'll kind of get discarded and it'll just play the animation exactly how it is over the top of it. Now, you can have more than one montage slot in your Anim graph. So you can see here, I have a slot for get up animations and the death animations. And the reason I do this is because the get up animations, I don't want them to be affected by any of the, you know, the looking at stuff or the, you know, the torso rotation things. So I opted to use another slot rather than just disable everything for this one animation type. Now, another thing that these slots are useful for is if you only want your animations to play, you know, on the top half of your character. So, you know, they can walk along as normal, but then you can play like a waving montage or something, and they'll, you know, their legs will keep walking. If you want to learn a little bit more about this node here, the layered blend per bone, you can do so in this video, in which I talk about it in a bit more detail. One more thing to note about montages is you can put notifies on them. So, you know, you could put logic like notifies that play sound effects on your montages. You could do, you know, when the weapon traces are active, and, you know, what the parry window of a parry animation is and stuff like that. You could do that all with Anim notifies and Anim notify states, which I have a video for, coincidentally, right here. Another quick thing that you might want to do if you're using montages quite a bit is on your character, have a variable called current montage. You can actually make a variable of type montage, Anim montage. And instead of just playing the montage straight like that, what we are going to do is select the montage from here, so punch, tutorial, whatever, and just put that into here. And, you know, this hasn't really changed much, except now we actually have a reference to what the current montage is. Now, the reason that's handy is because we can actually say stop Anim montage. And if we have a reference to what the current montage is, we can stop it. Now, if you're only ever playing one montage at a time, this will work. It'll get the most recently active montage on the skeleton and stop it. But something I figured out is all of my actions in my action system, you know, they're all using montages, blah, blah, blah. It's all good. However, I use other montages, like when I switch foot position, you can see that little additive montage there. Sometimes if I wanted to interrupt one of the attacks, so let's say we're attacking, but then we get shot in the head and we want to cancel that animation. If I was just using that stop Anim montage node without specifying a particular animation for it to stop, sometimes it wouldn't stop the animation because it would be stopping that little foot transition animation instead of the, you know, the sword swing or whatever. So that's just something to note. It is a good idea to always have a reference to the current montage. And, you know, you can set this to null. So you could say on blend out, set this to none. And, you know, that's perfectly valid. So that kind of wraps up our video for today. That was Anim Montages, how I use them personally, the method that I use them, you know, the node that I use in particular. Use them through Blueprint, so using them on the logic side of things rather than in the anim graph where it can get a little bit, you know, bit fucky-wucky because you're going in and out of different components to just do one simple thing. Basically, to recap, they're best used as one-off actions, so attacks, climbing over objects and stuff, dialogue, talking, actions, you know, characters emoting and that kind of thing. And you can actually kind of integrate them into, you know, your gameplay logic, rather than it being something that is just resultant. It can actually cause events in your gameplay. So if you learned something new from this video, make sure that you subscribe for more, because there's always videos coming out, and it's, you know, we have lots of fun, we learn lots of stuff. If you do want to learn with me in real time, I do stream on Twitch, so I've linked that in the description. And if you do want to go one step further in supporting this channel and the tutorials and me and my cats, then you can do so through Patreon for as little as $1 per month, also in the description. So very big thanks to all of the patrons, every single one of you. I genuinely, sincerely, really appreciate all of your generosity. So with that being said, I guess we say goodbye. Goodbye. Actually...